Hello again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me get my picture set up here. All right, so we need to talk about this for a few minutes. Just gotta throw a few cards. Everyone's talking about, their fake story of being chased and all of that. But we need to talk about those red ears. So I was like, why are his ears so red? I mean, yes, his face looks a little flushed, but his ears are like glowing red. So many pictures. And I'm like, I don't recall his ears ever being quite so red before. I mean, yeah, he looks a little angry. He's getting all hot-tempered there. But even in the darker pictures, I mean, his ears look unnaturally red. You see that? I mean, it looks kind of purplish in this picture because it's dark in there. But those ears, that's not normal. That's not simply part of him being, angry or whatnot. I'm sure that's an indicator for Megan and Doria when Harry's losing his temper. His ears probably turn all red. But this is unusually red. I mean, this is glow in the dark red. Okay, so that's much redder than the rest of his face. So, just out of curiosity, I thought, hi everyone. How are you? Hi Regina. Hi Shadow Wolf. Joe Jones. Sally. How are you doing? So then I decided to look, well, what causes red ears? Red ears are usually harmless. This is from Very Well Health. They could be a symptom of a health condition. So then they give all these things like sunburn. Yeah, no. Flushing. Well, they're too red for that. Let's see, alcohol can do it, spicy food, fever, mental disorders such as anxiety. So we've got mental disorder. It could be his anxiety. Neurological disorders like Parkinson's disease, no. Hormonal disorders such as menopause, no. Carcinoid syndrome, tumor. So there's all kinds of things it could be. Like you can just make yourself crazy reading this stuff, I think you have everything. But then I found this one interesting. Some medications, such as opiates, NSAIDs, or anti-cancer drugs. Now, we've always talked about how Megan is probably drugging him to the gills with all kinds of stuff, but this is proof. And opiates, what are opiates? Let's look at a list of opioids. What kind of opioids do we have here? So here's a list of some opioids: codeine, fentanyl, heroin, hydrocodone, methadone, morphine, opium, oxycodone, like Oxycontin. So yeah, it's a lot of addictive elements. Heroin, fentanyl, all kinds of things. Now it could just be other medications, but there's something going on here. And I looked up because everybody's talking about how they think he's, sniffing the cocaine or something. I don't think it's cocaine because, according to this, cocaine's not an opioid. It's a stimulant, so it's not in the same, so it wouldn't be in that list of red ears. The red ears is caused by these other ones. Very addictive: heroin, fentanyl, hydroxychloroquine, those kind of things. So yeah, so it looks like possibly, I mean, I'm not saying for certain, but we have heard rumors that they are addicted to something. We know he's admitted to taking all kinds of drugs, and his ears are just too red to be ignored. There's something going on there. So I'm just gonna throw a few cards and see. Yeah. Spliff addicts. Uh-huh. Well, yeah, but that's not, well, you mean the marijuana, but marijuana is not an opioid, right? I don't believe that. It's not on the list there. He's gonna be taking, who knows what this guy's taking, but it looks like he's probably taking some kind of opioid though. Oh, because today's pot is mixed with fentanyl. Okay, yeah, so that could be it for sure. That's right. They mix all kinds of things in there. And I'm out of touch with the drugs scene, so but I do recall hearing that they do sometimes mix um, marijuana with um, cocaine or fentanyl. Must be fentanyl. We've got tons of fentanyl coming over the border from China. That's one of the ways they're killing us. Yeah, killing a lot of people. It's very potent. It's so potent that even if you just get a whiff of it, you can knock you out. like OD just from a whiff, like not even getting close to it, because that's happened to police officers when they pull over a car and they open the door. And there was a video of an officer just passed out from the fentanyl, just from the smell of it, and he didn't even get that close to it or anything. He was just standing there next to it. Uh-huh. Yeah, but there's something wrong with his ears there. It's both of his ears. See, this is his left ear by the window. So this ear is red. And then this other picture over here is the right ear, which you can also see is very red. So both of his ears, so it wasn't somebody pulling his ear. These are both ears are bright, beet red. So let's take a look at this. It's Harry smoking fentanyl as well as the other things he's taking. What the what? So I think this is the real story they don't want people talking about. So they're focusing on the car chase and this, that, and the other. But he's got bright red ears. That might be part of the reason he didn't want his picture taken. Maybe he knows his ears are going to show. Let's see. Is Harry taking fentanyl? Yes, no is difficult, but let's see. Is Harry smoking the fentanyl or snorting the fentanyl? He's doing something there. Page Juan's up. There he is with his spliff. I think you might be right. I think it might be the Marco Sparkle with the fentanyl there. Red feather in his cap there. Big old split. Do it secretively. I got that secretively. Queen of Pentacles. Yep. Megan makes sure to get lots of spliff around in their garden. They're probably growing it, making money from it too. Maybe he's selling it on the side. Oh, and lots of alcohol as well. Don't forget the drinking. So it's not just the smoking marijuana, it's also the drinking. And Megan, oh, Doria, what am I saying, Megan? Doria, duh. Queen of Pentacles. Doria is the Virgo. That's why Doria's there. She scores the deals. She's been buying marijuana since before they were born. Sitting in the front yard as Thomas Markle. Thomas Markle was disgusted by it. That's part of the reason they separated, if not the main reason, was that Doria sits around smoking the marijuana all day and night. Way before it was even remotely could be considered legalized. It was never legal back then. 70s, 80s. You'd be arrested, you go to prison. Serious prison time for drug offenses as the war on drugs started, right? Reagan and all that. There's Doria out in the front yard puffing it, saying, "Yeah, black lady in the neighborhood, and I'm puffing my marijuana." Yeah. So Doria is key to providing that. Yeah, secretively. It's all secretive, of course. Nobody's ever caught them snorting or smoking anything, but I'm surprised. They're very private about it. Harry's very careful about it. You gotta give him that. He just does drinking in public. But he definitely overindulges, that's for sure. He's in La La Land. This is like, woo. Yeah, he definitely overindulges in it. So I think he's experimenting with different things. I think there's some opioid in there. His ears scream opioid addiction. And this is a medical fact. This is on the medical websites. You can look it up. There's a whole list of other potential health conditions, but he doesn't have any of them. It looks to me like, yeah, he's addicted to opioids. Yeah, that's a nasty one. Heroin and all the rest of that. That's tough trying to get over that. But even you can do it, but he's got plenty of resources to help him. He definitely needs it, it looks like. And that's part of it. And that explains why they're so crazy. It explains why they're doing such crazy erratic things. They're high as kites. Is Doria, because I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles right here in the middle. Is Doria providing? Is she like one of the Hierophant reverse? Yeah, she's like the rebel here. She's the one that's in charge of Yep, she goes out secretively, get that. Goes out and purchases the marijuana with the fentanyl there. All secretive. Yeah, she's a rebel. This is doing things the right way, legal way, and this is like, doing things, breaking the law, not caring about the law, doing whatever you want, do what thou wilt. That saying of Satan there, as the Satanists all say. Yeah, she's probably a Satanist, you know it. They're all evil. Yeah, so Doria is definitely in charge here with the Hierophant reversed. Uh-huh. King of Pentacles, and Harry loves it. Harry is just high as a kite. They've got him convinced that he's going to be king of the jungle here. He's gonna be the king of California. Yeah, I mean, and Doria's helping. Doria's definitely, behind the scenes. She does all the drug purchasing and stuff like that, and goes out and gets the groceries when those two are too high to go do it. He's been doing it for years. He's bound to be addicted by now. Yeah, I mean, wow, Narcan won't work on the new drug. Oh, really? That's scary. See, that's from China. They made sure to give something that you can't survive from. They're killing us with. They're literally killing us with it. Because they said, in China, you can't do anything without the government knowing about it. They would shut you down. But of course, the Chinese Communist Party doesn't shut down the drug trade. All this fentanyl, pure fentanyl coming from China. The government, Chinese Communist Party, obviously approves of it, and naturally, because that's all shipping from over there and they're well aware of it, bring it all over here through Mexico and whatnot. Hmm. Yeah, I see Doria is the main leader here. Harry and Meghan both go through her. She's the rebel, getting all this. Wow, she's the main mule. Doria's the mule, the drug mule. Goes and gets it secretively there, brings it back to Harry. Harry gets his goodies and he gets to sit back on his throne and ingest all kinds of stimulants, whatever else. Well, I'm sure fentanyl must be easier now that we're flooded. The country is flooded and the border's wide open with all the illegal immigrants coming over. It must be so easy to get fentanyl now. It must be dirt cheap. I mean, she would probably tell him it is cocaine and it's really fentanyl. Right? They may even be telling you, oh, it's just cocaine, don't worry about it, but it's really fentanyl. You never know what you're really getting. I mean, unless you got a chemistry set up in your home, and you test it, thoroughly, you're not really knowing what you're getting at the end of the day. They mix it, they cut it, they do this and that, right? Yeah, fentanyl is a weapon, absolutely. I think Harry's addicted. Harry's totally addicted. It looks like to me. Is Harry totally hooked? Is he like that would explain how Meghan and Doria control him so well, if they're controlling his addiction. I mean, that's how the devil works. I mean, the devil card is partly addiction, because that's how you lure and chain someone in. You get them addicted. And this is what they do to when they traffic children and people. They get them high on heroin. They force it on them to get them addicted, and then they're at the mercy of their captor, right? So this looks like our Megan and Doria holding Harry captive with drug use. Oh yeah, that's how they control him and keep him in line. Like, you better not piss me off, or I'm gonna hold your spliff. I'm gonna hold your spliff back here. Your marijuana is a huge marijuana. You better not. If you want the marijuana coming, then you better you better play along, the three of them. The three of them. They're like, you better play along, get us secretively. They have all their. This is all a big secret. The real deal here. How the three of them are working together, keeping it together. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. That's how they keep him on victimized. How they keep control, or else, that he's on his death judgment here. Yeah. Yeah, the court cases too. They keep him busy with the court cases, because they're destroying Harry. They're destroying his reputation. They're destroying him physically, mentally, emotionally. He's destroying himself too. I mean, he's a grown man, you know. He needs to be in rehab. A court is going to need to, step in, but that hasn't happened yet, you know. I think they're waiting. They're pushing him to the point where what are they expecting to do with Harry with all this drug use here? Uh-huh. Yeah, magician reverse. They're gonna make him look bad in the media. Make sure he keeps acting out and gets caught, perhaps. They're destroying him. They're letting him destroy himself. Because, Megan is gonna leave him eventually. We know that. Sooner than later. And Megan doesn't want any negative publicity. They want it all on Harry. It's all Harry's fault. So, and they, of course, it's going to be really nasty. And Megan's going to bring out all the videos and whatnot of Harry indulging and this and that. So it's a character assassinate for the future. This is like the future coming in. They plan on using this against him, and when they divorce, they'll destroy Harry in the media. Meghan, with her PR, will destroy Harry with the negative stories about how he was so abusive as an addict and how addicted he is, and that way in court she'll get everything she wants from Harry and the royal family. So it's destroying Harry and the royal family, and Doria is keen in on it. She is in charge of this along with Megan's other buddies there. Another sacrifice, yeah. Doria and Megan probably played with his mind while tipping. Uh-huh. Oh, they are. They're just keeping him on a leash with this and controlling him. And they're gonna push him to go crazier and crazier. So when Megan decides, okay, it's over with, all she has to do is put him out there, make him do something stupid, in the media. They withdraw his drug. Somebody in I don't know exactly, but when you're starting to get off these drugs, it's a serious matter. You could die. They'll probably expose him and try to take videos making him look bad, saying things that make him look bad. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to be pulled out because this is a serious matter, what they're doing to him. This is just like Patty Hearst. Prince Harry is the new Patty Hearst, PH. Isn't that interesting? They both have the initials PH. Yeah. Will Harry get away from this? Will Harry get away from his addictions one day and overcome it? I don't know. He seems to like it. At least for now he does, right? Queen of Wands is up to Meghan. Meghan's the queen of the spliffs here. She's in charge. Uh-huh. She gets all her money that she wants. She wants more and more and more. Give me more. She wants more fame, more money, more yachts, more mansions, more power. She wants that power, that's for sure. It's all about her and boosting her career and her finances and her power. And, until she can find someone better about it, she's getting long in the tooth. She's an old lady. It'll be difficult for her to find someone, richer would be willing to marry her. Wow. Is Harry happy to be addicted? I mean, are they happy when they're addicted? I don't know. Five of Swords, they bully him. And it makes him a bully. The drug use is making him worse because, it's like chasing the drugs here. And he's under this. He's crazy. This is why he's bullying his family and attacking his family and making up these crazy stories. This is like Harry with his book and his Netflix, and these are his family members, King Charles and William and the families that he's just attacking and attacking because the drugs, he's high as a kite on the fentanyl. They're making him believing this garbage. Like Megan tells him, Harry, this is what your brother did, and this is what your sister did, and then here, talk about it on Netflix so I can make some money. And then Harry goes out, and lies and cheats and makes up stories, and it's ridiculous the stories he makes up. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. But under the influence of fentanyl or whatever he's under, opioid that he's under the influence. He appears to be under the influence of something. I mean, usually alcohol could be enough to be under the influence, but it could be a number of opioids out there. So yeah. So you said ingredients steward, a royal journalist said today H likes to be controlled by MM. Yeah, and he's happy that yeah, but I think that control is because of the drugs. He likes being controlled because the drugs. See, this is why they want to move to California, where it was easier to get drugs. Doria knows all the drug trade there. She's got all the connections, and so they can very easily get drugs. Because remember the pilot, the helicopter pilot who complained that Harry and Meghan wanted him to get snacks. He had to go. They had to get somebody to go fly out and pick up their drugs. But now that they're in California, Doria just has to just drive down the street and make a deal, and then they've got it. That's what I think. That's what it looks like to me. Because Doria's in charge of it. She's got a major. She's probably selling a lot behind the scenes. She's probably like a drug kingpin. What's that show, Breaking Bad? I mean, that's Doria in charge of Breaking Bad. She's probably got a whole, factory going on. She's probably hired some of the illegal immigrants to work for her, I wouldn't doubt. She's probably working directly with China and getting the shipments direct. Wouldn't surprise me. And this criminal operation, all the criminals they're a part of. Yeah. Anyways, I just want to cover that because I don't know if anybody else covered the red ears and how that indicates opioid addiction, but felt that it should be covered. That should be a big story. And I think it's being buried under other things. All right. So thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Until next time. Bye bye, everyone.